I think it's cyclical. You know, I mean, if we're talking about Shanghai only, then it's definitely cyclical. Your usual kind of core fan base is students, like wherever I've been before, and the students here are so under so much pressure to achieve, and you know, from both a financial and a kind of familial perspective, that the university towns are, well, certainly traditionally have been dead. So we have to look at the sort of post-university generation, and again, there's this really short time period between, you know, kind of leaving college and needing to get a job, because again, the pressures of family and the pressure to get married and the pressure to be able to buy a house so you can get married, they're all really severe. Still, you know, relative to the size of the cities, you know, we're scratching such a tiny little surface, and you know, particularly in Shanghai, I think a lot of the key venues are propped up by an expat audience, which is disappointing. The first 5 years was quite torturous, actually. You know, reaching out, pleading, begging. The changes in the industry, the international industry, haven't really necessarily helped us. Although you think that it would have, because you know, the death of recorded music and the rise of live music being the key focus for a lot of bands. The reality of the situation is that because most of their money, if not all of their money now, comes from touring, you know, we're not competitive at all. We did our first Asian tour with Battles, I think, in 2008, and we did 5 cities for them. And you know, last year we set up an agency that's specifically geared to doing that. So I think the rise of Asia has made it much more feasible, and also the collapse of everywhere else. And I think that's the final thing, is that we've now been here. So for a reasonable length of time, where the first bands that I was contacting when I started out, you know, coming from Britain, 2005, you know, Arctic Monkeys, Block Party, that whole kind of, you know, the Libertines, I suppose, they're the ones that are coming to me now and going, hey, we're bored, you know, we're bored of going to Europe, we made enough money, we want to see where else there is and what else we can do and stuff. And so suddenly they're coming to us, and that's just going to open up a whole floodgate of shit. Once those mid-tier bands start coming in, you know, because at the moment it's really stratified, you know, it's like big arena artists and then indie stuff, right? And the number of times an international artist that can do 1,000 or 1,500 tickets in Shanghai or Beijing come through is really minimal, you know. We do 1 a year or 2 a year probably. And the reason for that is that those are the hot bands who are, you know, if you can sell 1,500 tickets or 1,000 tickets as a band as an international band in China, then you're a 5 to 10,000 capacity band and a festival, sort of second-tier festival artist around the world. And we come in with our, you know, as I said, $5,000, $10,000 offers, and they're like, you've got to be fucking kidding me, you know, we're getting 100 to 200 everywhere we go. So, but that's changed because those guys are now bored, and the bands are actually going to their management and agents and going, we want to go elsewhere.
So some of those specifically that you mentioned, are they on the cards?
Yeah, they are.